For the record, this isn't financial advice, so do your own due diligence.
Hey, welcome back.
Please be sure to follow me on all my social media accounts. You are now watching I Got That Crypto. Shouts out to all my new subscribers. You guys rock. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe. So a couple weeks ago, we were in the heart of a bear market. And then all of a sudden, Bitcoin blows past 10K. So I just made $30,000 today trading Bitcoin.
If I want it, I'ma get it. I got money to do it. I got money to do it. I got money to do it.
After the fact, altcoins continue their downward descent in spectacular fashion.
Don't you say I did.
What is backed? And how does it play into the big picture? All these questions and more will be answered in this next segment I like to call
Backed to the future, to the future, to the future.
So, as many of you may already know, Backed is already in full effect. And one of the key metrics or takeaways that I have found value in is the Backed bot on Twitter. And it looks kind of like this emoji face or whatever. The idea is it tracks all of the physical Bitcoin that's settled within a given day. And one of the interesting patterns that I've noticed is that on these huge sell-off days, Backed has typically like a record volume in terms of actual Bitcoin settled. Take earlier this week, for example, when we had that massive sell-off, right? Backed reported an actual estimated all-time high of, I think it was like a little over 4 million, right? And so in other words, this is to say that on the days where there's huge volatility, be it on the upside or on the downside, right now it's really the downside, we're seeing large volumes of physically settled Bitcoin. And this is driven not by retail investors like you and me, but institutional investors. Interesting.
I got that crypto.
If you enjoy this type of content, I highly encourage you to hit that like and subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. Let's get back to the episode, shall we?
So you decided to call me now in the middle of an episode? I can't talk now. You wanted to provide another update. How about when Lambo?
How can you stop? How can you stop me?
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of retarded.
Of course, I'm just goofing around here, having a little fun. ETN, in my opinion, is one of the better altcoins out there, actually providing their constituents with regular updates and achieving their milestones. As far as I understand, they're recently in Turkey now, and the gig economy has now since been changed from gig economy because it didn't really translate well globally to anytask.com. So that's pretty cool. Plus, we see a rising number in their cloud miners or their user base. If I had to gripe on Electroneum, my biggest gripe would be the price of the token. Right now, it's sitting at less than half a cent. Like I think it was like 0035. So ideally, you'd want something like this to kind of be around, 20 cents or a nickel, anything like that. Sub penny is really hard to sell in terms of mass adoption. And a lot of other projects try to remedy this by reducing the number of circulating supply of any given token. But ETN's kind of tried this attempt in the past, but perhaps maybe not as aggressively as most folks would hope for. So we'll see what the future holds. I still have some Electroneum. In fact, I purchased more because they were sitting below ICO price. So to me, it was more of like a no-brainer. But yeah, that's my ETN update.
You teach me, now teach you about Bitcoin. Gotta cash 'em all. Gotta cash 'em all.
Yeah! So on top of Bakkt playing a major role in the most recent Bitcoin pump, we also have to acknowledge the fact that Chinese President Xi Jinping recently came out with a statement saying that China must become the leader in blockchain technology. Yeah, that is a huge, huge bullish indicator, folks. And that puts other nations on notice. It's going to be more or less like a currency war coming up, so gear up.
2019 Chinese New Year is the year of the pig. No, I say pig. Not chicken. Chinese love Bitcoin.
You know what I can't wait for? I can't wait to walk into Starbucks and buy
What kind of soft drink?
a latte with Bitcoin.
Like and subscribe.